Welcome to 1051. Today we have a special guest. We have Eric, leader of the crew. He's going to be joining us today. He flew all the way from England to be here. If you're too young to remember, the crew was this huge phenomenon over the 70s. And we're gonna bring him in. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen. Here's Eric. And Eric, why don't you introduce us to yourself?
Hello, bloody hell. I'm so happy to be here. I just flew in from Mario, England. I just saw Big Ben and I just needed to come to New York City to talk to my American friends. And, now I'm here.
Okay, that's great. That's great. So tell us, Eric, how did the crew come to be?
How did the crew come to be? This is a story I tell to my grandchildren, for God's sake. I tell them every day how we came to be. Well, it was 7 days, starting high school, so I come over from, bloody hell, I come from England, so I come to New Jersey, New Jersey, and I come, and I'm a little cat, I'm a little scared, so I'm in high school, and, I met this little cat, he was reading a bloody book, and he was like, what are you doing? You're reading a book. Why are you reading a book, You're supposed to read a book. And this little cat turned out to be one of our best friends, and it's Andrew, yeah, and he's,
explain, Andrew,
yeah, Andrew, he's a little cat, from Jersey, Jersey, and, bloody hell, and, he was just sitting there, we got to talking, and, every day, he would wait for me at the bus, it was kind of cute, and we would talk, I had my Zone, those MP3 players, and we would play porn, we would just watch porn and just go home on the bus because we live so far away, I don't even know why the bloody hell we live so far away, but we did for some reason, bloody hell. Anyway, we just, clicked. We clicked. So that was, I guess, part one to what would later become the crew,
That's great. That's great. Could you tell us how other characters came to be in the crew?
Oh, yeah, sure. Well, let me tell you how Andrew came. Alvin, no, bloody hell. The little sick bugger. How he came to be. The little wanker. We had Eagleson, with the little aliens and the monsters, And he came around, Little Alvin would be sitting by himself, bloody hell. He would sit by himself, and I would just say hi to him, because I was a nice cat back in the day, I like to meet new people, so I would say hi to Alvin. And, bloody hell. And Alvin, it was Skip, I think that bloody cat skipped about 15 times, 15. It was a lot of times, You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Okay. And, bloody hell. And, he would just always skip. And, but,
Oh, that's great. That's great. So Alvin was never at class. No, he was never at class at all. Bloody hell. So, how did you meet Jacob?
Oh, bloody hell, Jacob, that little wanker. That little Jewish star, My little Jewish star, bloody hell. Okay, Jacob, well, I met Jacob, basic drawing, We would draw, and, we would, draw little characters. But for some bloody hell reason, they liked to make fun of me. For no bloody hell reason. I was about to tell a little wanker to step off, but that little wanker was just so bloody white, I couldn't do that to him, bloody hell. I never had a white friend, and I'm white, bloody hell. Bloody hell, yeah, bloody hell. We had the same lunch, bloody hell, 4th period, back in freshman year, but we never sat together, bloody hell. The little wanker left me alone, yeah, it's funny. So, Jacob he left me alone, he left me alone, bloody hell.
Oh, that's great. That's great. And, what about Brian?
Bloody hell, don't even get me started on that little bugger. That little runt was in my 9th period Spanish class. That little bugger would get picked on so much that I bloody hell stood up for the little runt and I said, hey, you don't have to take this, Be with me. Be part of the crew that I'm starting, And it was the rush, So bloody hell, me and Alvin got very cool, bloody hell. We would go to his house, eat dominoes with Jacob playing with his little Jew star and Andrew, bloody hell, he would never be there. But he was there, He would be in the window, it would be at work, but he would be there, And that's what made us different. Bloody hell, that's great. That's great. So tell us about sophomore year. Bloody hell, those are the dark days. The Great Depression, as we like to call. The crew was starting to get recognized, but not as much. So bloody hell, we were getting there. But there were dark days. So they were dark. They were dark. They were dark. They were dark days. Bloody hell. I remember one time I got so depressed, I started, snorting up cocaine. Andrew would tell me to stop, and I would say, no, man, let me smoke my cocaine, bloody hell, little brother, I hate life, kill me. No, bloody hell, I don't like cocaine, so don't do it. Don't do it, kids, if you listen to this, your hero does cocaine, don't do it, bloody hell. So, sophomore year was dark days, and then bloody hell, out of nowhere comes Chris, He was the gem on the jewel stone, He was the motherfucking, he was just a motherfucker, He was badass. He was different. He brought class. He introduced swagger, bloody hell. He just, threw a lot of elements to the crew. And he truly completed us. He fulfilled the circle that needed to be fulfilled. Bloody hell, It was crazy. Sophomore year was definitely a crazy year. That's good. Could you tell us about junior year? Junior year. Yeah, junior year was crazy, man. That's when we became the crew with a K, man. That's when we became, CREW, man. Everybody wanted to be like us. Everybody wanted to be a part of what we were doing. It was so different. We were in movies, we were in music, we were in everything, man. It was crazy. I remember one day we were, in Edgewater, in Edgewater. We were in Edgewater. And we were there, we were just doing our thing. And bloody hell, all these little white girls, they just come chasing us, So we're running from this mob of pussy, a pussy, of a javjar. And we just ran, We're like, no, we just want to have fun. We don't need pussy right now. And we, so you guys were chased by pussy. And you guys just ran. Yeah, we ran, Bloody hell, I was just so scared. I was like, no. So, okay. And, it was nice, we got a lot of vagina. That's very good. And what are your future? What is the future of the crew? Where's it going? Oh, that's a good question. Well, right now, bloody hell, we just introduced a new character to the crew. This hasn't been done in 3 years. This hasn't been done, bloody hell. We introduced bloody hell Garrett. He's a up and coming band member. He does everything. He's kind of like Andrew. He's never there, but he's somehow always there. Bloody hell. He's like a little spirit, that little blimey bastard. He appears. He's like, hey, I'm here. I'm Garrett. Oh no, where did I come from? Bloody hell. And Andrew's more of a pop-up kind of person. He just randomly pops up out of nowhere. Bloody hell. He could be hiding behind Chris, and we don't even know. Yeah, but that's us. That's a crew. Very good, and thank you for having this all the time we have. Please stay tuned next time when we have Jacob. Oh, bloody hell, Jacob, he's gonna be on there? I'll be here. Oh, thank you. We would love you to come back and do the show again.